Palmer Tire and Auto is a trusted name in auto repair. They offer the Napa warranty, good nationwide, and discounts to students. From oil changes to engine repair, Palmer does it all.
Thank you so much.
Visit PalmerTireAutoRepair.com for more info.
Thanks, guys. And joining us in the studio today is a very special guest. It's head coach of the Illinois State men's basketball team, Dan Muller. Dan, thank you so much for spending some time and joining us today.
It is my pleasure. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's a new look studio since the last time you've been here. But to start off, I want to ask you, this year's team, each team has a special meaning. But for you, this is the guys that when you came in 2012, they were your first freshman class. Now they're seniors, talking about Paris Lee, Tony Wills, and even guys like Mikhail McIntosh and Deontay Hawkins. Does this team mean a little more to you than teams in the past?
They're like your kids. You don't want to say one's more of a favorite than the other. But being with these guys for 3.5 years now certainly means a lot to me. I've been close with a lot of players, but of course the more time you can spend with guys, the closer you get. And I do think we have a special group as far as the character, but also as far as the talent level. And so we want to send these guys out right, and that starts with a big home game this Wednesday.
Now, you've had some adversity in the beginning of the season, but you've kind of leaned on these guys, I'm sure,
Yeah.
you know, the senior leadership. But just with all the stuff that's gone on in the preseason and starting the season, how is the mental look of this season?
Well, it certainly affected us. And anytime you have off-the-court distractions and injuries, it's going to affect your team. As I tell the team, everything affects everything. I know that's kind of broad, but it's not a singular incident. As a team, you're all connected. And so when you have distractions or you have guys in and out of practice with injury, it's going to affect each other. Hopefully we're behind all that, not just the off-the-court things, but also the injuries. We are still a little banged up, and we won't have our full team together for probably another month and a half when David Njai gets healthy. But those guys are resilient. We've got a whole bunch of guys in that locker room doing great things, pulling for each other, competing. And I think once we're healthy, once we get everything settled down, I really, really like our team this year.
Now, we talk about the ups and downs of the season. Now, you played here, obviously, as a player for Illinois State. And I feel like that's, kind of a benefit for you where when you see your players going through ups and downs or tough times, whether it be schoolwork or on the court performance, do you use that to your advantage and you can connect to them, hey, I was in your shoes years ago, but do you kind of use that?
Absolutely, and I think it's important just as far as a leader to go on your experiences. And so, good, bad, or indifferent, we tell our players, look, there's not much you have done that either we haven't done or teammates did. And so you have to have perspective when you have a team going through ups or downs, on or off the court. You go back to your experience as a player or coach. You use your assistant coach's experience. And our goal is always to help these guys grow. And how can you help them grow better with using your experiences? Again, not just the positive ones, but the negative ones and what you learn from them.
Now, we talk about the returning players and the senior leadership, but there's also some transfers that have come into this year's roster. And it seems like in college basketball as a whole, they talk about the one-and-done guys, but transfers are becoming so big in college basketball, and use them as well. How big is the transfer aspect becoming?
It's huge. Yeah, it's huge. There's a ton of transfers in Division I basketball, men's basketball. It's an epidemic, as people say. There's approximately 700 transfers per year. That's about 2 per team on average. And so, and then you add your junior college transfers. That's another high number. We've got 2 junior college transfers. We also have 2 kids sitting out this year who transferred in. Who help practice a tremendous amount. But you got to get them in, and then chemistry is so important. So that is one thing when you bring new players in, getting them to buy into what you're doing as a coach, getting them to play for each other. And I think we got a group that really is doing that, but that's something that, you work on every single day.
Now, you had the exhibition game at home against Quincy, but home opener against Fort Wayne coming up on Wednesday. And a lot of high expectations for this year's team with the returners and those transfers coming in. But I know you're always excited. Get the fans out to see this exciting team. Very athletic, fun team to watch. What can we expect out of the Redbirds on Wednesday?
Well, huge game. IPFW picked to win their league. They had a close loss at Arkansas on Friday. They can really score, first of all. It's going to be an exciting game Wednesday. I can't what's the right word? I can't undersell how important our students are for our games. Home court advantage isn't because it's red and white in the gym. It's because of the crowd, and our students are so important. We will be exciting to watch. We've got enough experience, enough depth and versatility that I think we're going to be hard to guard, and we're going to compete, and I think that's something people will be proud of.
Well, Coach, again, thank you so much for spending some time to join us, and make sure we know all that Red Alert will be there on Wednesday supporting the team for a very exciting game against Fort Wayne.